Good evening, YouTube world. Welcome to episode 1, Trash Talking Tuesdays. I'm your host, Paul Italia. We got my man, the co-host, aka the General of Rank Fortress,
Hey
William
guys,
Jones. How are you, brother?
doing good. How you doing, brother?
So I have given you the official nickname on the show is the
The
General
general.
because this guy, let me tell you guys about this guy. This guy has an actual army of SEO in the Philippines. He's got what are we up to now? I know you had 80 something
About
last.
80 something. It's about
Wow.
80 something. I haven't actually been back to the office in a few weeks because we're staying in Manila. So I've been training them here. And I'll go back. I'm actually flying from here to Cebu this weekend, and then I'll probably head that way and then come back this way. But yeah.
Very nice, very nice. I want to shout out everybody in the chat, man. Thank you guys for tuning in. We got my man Richard over in Canada. What's up, brother? How you doing? Just drop where you're in from. We got my man Drew from Vegas. Guys, we got all the arm wrestling crew rolling up in here. We haven't even seen any junk removal coming. It's all arm wrestlers right now. I'm loving it though. Love the support, man. So I want to just go quick announcement, guys. I should wait till more people get in here, but I can tell you guys right now. We're gonna put on the back burner Fridays for now. I just been way too busy with business, and it's just been way too hectic. I've been slacking on getting guests and just coming up with topics and shows. I literally get off on Friday and I'm racing home to get on this podcast that I haven't prepared for, and I kind of just wing it and freestyling, and I just not happy with the quality I'm putting out there. It's just kind of winging it out there. So me and William been talking. I like the things that he's doing. He's been helping me out with my personal SEO. He's actually working on my website right now. So just getting to know this guy, we've developed a relationship, a good friendship and all. And I was like, I think this could be a good show. You know, we could help out the community. We could give them an education. This way they can make their own decision if they want to do their own SEO, if they want to go to a pro like William and the army over there in the Philippines we got. And I just want to break into some other things, other topics. I also want to go over some organic marketing stuff that's been working for me, the past 7 months. So you guys know I'm pretty new, but I'm figuring out a lot of stuff and all. So I want to share that as well. What's up, Bean? How you doing? America Junk Boss in the house. She goes, "Hi, Paul. It's been a busy summer, but wanted to say hi. How are you, Bean?" So, yeah, just so you know, we're gonna hold off on Friday. So Tuesdays is the night now. I bumped it back a little later. I know my East Coast people aren't gonna be too happy about that. It is 10 p.m. over there. I understand if you guys can't watch it live, but you could just watch it the next day in the truck and all that. But it helps me out just having that little extra time to get off of work, eat some dinner, kind of relax and get on here. And I think over in the Philippines, it's like the crack of dawn over there. So, going a little later.
Yeah, this is good. Like this is 10 a.m. my time, so that's why I was asking you ahead of time because last time we did it was like crack of dawn, and if I get up, it's like my eyes are tired, and I'm like I set the alarm, and sometimes you'll hit stop the alarm, and then you get up, and you're like I haven't taken a shower, no coffee or nothing, and I feel like I'm not wired, and I got to deal with it. And a lot of people don't know like the reason why most people don't do, if you will, long form or podcasts, and they don't want to build a brand, which is what you're doing. And essentially, branding is SEO. SEO is branding. I just talked to someone else out in North or in California, and he told me, he said, should he do the social media management and posting and the reels and the shorts? Absolutely. Because if you're not found and not seen, you have no brand. But most people just don't do it because it's a lot of work.
Yeah.
It's a lot of work. If you're doing it, let's say you're doing it on Fridays, you got to plan it ahead of time, and a lot of times you don't feel like it whatsoever, especially if you're getting off work and you are specifically doing, if you will, hard, heavy labor type work. No, absolutely not. It's like I don't do hard, heavy labor work, but I do right now. I'm up to a couple of podcasts a week, but I go live by myself every day. And there are days I wake up.
What's been going on for me, brother? It's 16 hours a day of just every second of the day. If I'm not on the truck, I am doing some sort of posting, marketing, some meetings. It's nonstop. And it just,
Yep.
you got to start prioritizing what's what makes sense to put your time in, because you don't have all the extra time anymore and all. So, I'm definitely cutting off the slack with that. I wanted to just update a couple of the people on some of the moves that I've been doing just locally and everything. And this is things that people don't talk enough about. And these are, I believe, the foundation that's got to be built. And what I mean by foundation is just getting linked in with your community. What do I mean? I mean, I just joined the Chamber of Commerce in my town in Petaluma. I actually have next Wednesday, we're doing the red ribbon cutting, and that's official. My business is going to be up and running. All the Chamber of Commerce has come in, a bunch of people in town. We're going to do a newspaper ad. A bunch of stuff is going to go from that. And that's just showing the town, hey guys, I'm here. I'm part of the town. I'm part of the Chamber of Commerce. I also am a sponsor. I'm sponsoring all the events. I'm going to have a booth at all of them. So that's what I mean by just getting in the community. And also what you get from that is a major backlink with a lot of authority. And, you could back me up on that, like having a chamber of commerce of your local
Their business bureau, chamber of commerce, being involved in the local business network association.
So
any of that will help you.
That was the other thing I wanted to announce. I just joined the Santa Rosa BNI, and oh my God, I gotta admit though, I didn't expect it to be so much work. It's like taking on another job. I thought it was kind of making the big commitment was every week doing the Zoom calls, and then we do once a month where we do an in-person meetup. So I thought that was going to be the hard part, because it's Friday morning 7 a.m. to 8:30 and all, but it's a lot more in depth than that. I mean, they're expecting 2 one-on-ones per week. So I'm supposed to meet 2 other members in there, go out, have coffee with them, kind of learn about them, learn about what referrals they're looking for, what referrals I'm looking for and all. So I mean, it's just a lot of stuff. Then they also have me doing like a whole training course where I gotta do a 2-hour meeting and kind of just get adjusted to the whole BNI network and how it works and all that. But this is all stuff that I never really hear people talking about. And I wonder, I'm like, yo, everybody's always so quick to just go in their pocket and just start hand over their money somewhere else. But it's like, this is the stuff that is going to make the difference. This is the stuff that's going to get you hooked up in the community. This is going to get you the free leads. This is going to get you that people even know that you exist. That should be step one in my eyes, man. You guys want to get out there in the community. Let them be active in it. Show them that you're not just here to make money off of the community. You're here to help other businesses grow as well.
It's so we talk about sponsorships as well. Like if you see local events in your area doing sponsorships,
yes,
sponsorship if it's a hospital, sponsorship it's a football organization, sponsorship if it's a local charity event coming up or a running event, especially out in Cali. I know y'all are a lot of them are very health conscious, stuff like that. You do a lot of those, and what happens is it might cost you a couple $100. It's all local traffic. And it's a local backlink, which is more authoritative. So
what other backlinks could we be looking for from on a local standpoint,
So the only ones I really worry about is going to be like sponsorship links or ones that I can get from like the actual high authoritative backlinks like Better Business Bureau and BIN networks and your networking events, local meetup groups and other networking. So a lot of the networking you're talking about, it's not just going to a meeting, it's actually talking to people and they get in their referral network. It's like, okay, you should be getting involved with real estate. Why would I get involved in real estate? Because a lot of times these people buy a house.
So hold on,
need someone to come and clean this shit out.
Let me tell you about that. So tomorrow morning, I have my meeting at 7 a.m. and I have 100 realtors, and I'm the only other business coming in there. And it actually getting hooked up by one of the members in the BNI. I just did a one-on-one with her, and she's like, they would absolutely love you. Your personality, the brand and everything. We just got to get you in front. She goes, happens to be, I'm the door person. She goes, so I'm going to open the door and just sneak you right in, and I'm going to get you connected with all these realtors and everything. And I'm like, oh, bingo. That's who we're looking for. And it's like my man Russ Berry always says, we're always looking for the 3 Ds in junk removal. And what are the 3 Ds? We got divorce, downsizing, and death. Anybody going through any of those situations, give us a call over here. We'll handle the junk removal. because any of those situations, they're going to need a junk removal company and all. So I always got my radar out looking for that, listening for that. So definitely want to say that. Also, Al, he says, please talk about how much money it costs to sponsor something. So for the Chamber of Commerce, I believe the membership was, don't quote me on this, but I believe it was $350 on that. The sponsorship that I took with it was $1,700. That was a silver sponsor. I only did the 1,700 one. I would have did the platinum, whatever the top one is, where you get like a full page and everything. It was just because where I'm starting, it's like halfway through the year, so I missed a couple of the events that already went down. So it didn't really make sense going all out with that. So I did the silver. The silver gave me a bunch of stuff that I really, would benefit from. So definitely something that I think is very worthwhile. The other thing was the BNI. The BNI is it's a little more expensive. What I broken it down with all the annual payments and everything, you're looking to pay anywhere between $2,000 and $2,500 for the full year, and that's what it is. So paying that money, you really want to be and do your part of the BNI and really follow up and make sure you're getting your money's worth. But I gotta say, man, this group that I joined, they've did 5.5 million worth of business in their group already this year. It is one of the top, if not the top, on the whole West Coast and everything. Ignacio says, I tried BNI years ago. I still have those connections. Good move, Paulie. Oh, hell yeah, Ignacio. Yeah, very smart, man. Very smart. Also want to shout out my man Cisco's in the house. What is up, brother? How are you today, man?
What's up, Cisco?
You got a bunch. Oh, my man Jay Coben. What's up, brother? How are you, man? Haven't seen you in a while. That's my arm wrestling homie over there. How are you doing? And then what do we got over here? Is this part of the army? We got the Rank Fortress Army in here. Is that like the sign for I'm a member of the army over there?
Yeah, some of them that come in there, they'll listen because they listen when I go live. Because like I tell everybody, whenever I'm actually teaching, like if I'm going to teach you guys on a live, I've already taught my team, so generally I'll have them come in and re-listen to it again. And to get back to that guy's question about sponsorships, you can get them for $100. It's not like you have to go all out. I want 3,000. I want the $3,000, $5,000 sponsorship. And as you know, you get different things with it. But let's say the $100 ones, I just did a quick search on one, for example, the Jack's Chamber, right? It starts at $100 or Jacksonville.gov. So now we got a government link, which is very, very, very high DA or domain name authority, that starts at $100.
Hold
so
on,
it goes up to 5,000.
Where are you finding this? Where is this? Are you looking at a website right now?
I can look at a website. I just looked up sponsorship opportunities in Jacksonville. So, for example, and why I know a lot about that is I do events here in the Philippines, and we have sponsors that range anywhere from, you're just if you will, a brand person, you're going to help me get the word out, right? Or are you a sponsor of the event or a partner? Different things come with different, if you pay $1,000, you wind up getting, for example, your email blast, and you get the backlink on the website, and you get social media posts, and we'll do podcasts or whatever.
I don't mean to cut you off right now, but you just said something that I got to bring up, the email blast. I was supposed to put out an email blast. Shame if Andrew Thompson is listening. Shame on you in Autopilot. This is again, man. This is like 3 times I couldn't put out my email blast to let everybody know I'm going live because it's not working. So come on, man. I keep hitting you up on this shit, man. We got to get on top of this 3 times now, man. I don't know how much longer I can take this. So sorry, I didn't mean to cut you up, bro, but I had to say that, man, because I meant to bring that up, because I send out this mass email, and we have about like 40, 50 people in here right now, but because Andrew Autopilot is down right now, we're having a little problem. So
yep. Cisco, you're doing good. You're doing a clean out. Awesome, brother. Clean out, listening to you guys while doing it. Awesome. One of the things you also find out, like you're doing podcasts and building a brand, and this is something I've had to do. I'm in my office all the time, so I have to literally now sit my phone down and go outside and leave the office, because otherwise I'll stay in here doing content and working, and then I forget that, hey, my wife's out there and she needs some attention, and So don't just work. Remember why you actually started the process. Why did you start your company? It wasn't just to work, and not spend any time with the people you love, you know.
That's why I got wifey with me right next to me. We do it all together. We build it together because I'm nuts and I never sit down and I never could stop. And she knows that.
Exactly.
Bean
Nah,
says,
America, that's actually my team. I have 80 plus, and what happens is, and I can even show you, but whenever I go live on, let's say, Paul's podcast or anything, I send it to them, they listen, and then they're going to comment and create engagement, and then they'll also share the live on their posts and stuff.
yeah, Bean,
That's
I
what it
could
is.
vouch. I could vouch for this. I can't tell you how many times I'm on the phone with him, and then all of a sudden he just pulls the curtain over, and you just see the army. Like this is legit. All times of the day, all times of night, they're going, they're working. Like this is for real. Like this is they don't stop. It's like 24/7 over there. It looked like they're all answering now. Here
That's
we go.
Edsel, and I can even show them. This is like Edsel, and then I got a bunch of them. So, but yeah, they're all legit. If you ever want to see, because maybe you're curious if you've ever worked with an agency before, America Boss is go to anybody's about page and you'll see who actually works for them. I mean, it doesn't take a brain scientist to figure this part out. But then go to my page or call them up and say, hey, I want to do a walkthrough of your office and see your entire team. And then you'll find out they got probably 4 or 5 white dudes or something that work in the office, and the rest of them are outsourced. But if you go to my page at Rank Fortress,
You get to see everybody doing Zumba. You get to see parties on the beach. I mean, you get to live the whole thing. You see the whole experience. You see the
we
whole.
did a whole office tour and everything because I wanted to show people there's a difference between someone that's a broker or an agency that outsources versus someone that has an agency and payroll and does
I
all that.
I want to get into the fun stuff right now. Now, this is what we're here for, bro. I want everybody in the chat right now, whoever's interested, to see how their website is and all. Put it in the chat and we'll bring it up and we're going to kind of go through things and we're going to see what William sees and what could be better, or he might say, hey, you got a really 5-star website there, so
Yep.
that's kind of what we're going to be doing here on the show. And it's all free. We're going to do free audits here, and if you want to get your GMB audited or anything, we'll bring it all up there and we'll kind of break into everything, and we could give you some tips and tricks and all that and things that we've picked up on. And we encourage all you guys to share your link up there and let us know. Let's check things out. And then also I want to just let it be known, I know I've said this a few times, but let's keep everybody up to date. So William is running all my SEO. So in the last month is when things started changing, because we all know I had a hard suspension, so I was tanked with my ranking and all. Well, we're back now. We're in the green again, and things are starting to happen. Now the fun starts. Now I'm gonna get to see the magic. So I'm gonna keep everybody updated with everything as it all happens, as I'm learning it. Also gonna keep everybody updated with actual phone calls, because what I see a lot, and what I think people are getting like so stuck on seeing these maps, and everybody wants to see their map in the green now. Everybody's got it. You started it, bro. That was all you with the trend. Everybody wants their own maps now and all. But people are getting obsessed, I feel, with the maps, and they're forgetting what we're really trying to achieve here. It's to get the phone ringing. So it's great to see the numbers and green and all that, but if the phone is not getting any extra phone calls, that means nothing to me. You know what I mean? So what do we have? What are we looking for, bro, that actually makes the phone ring? What is the
So
key here?
there are little things that you can do. So for example, like a lot of you guys put out yard signs. Whenever you're putting out yard signs, I've seen Matt Vick, he had actually put, he's doing the dance with the yard signs and all that sort of thing, but there's no QR code on it. So why are you not putting a QR code on it? QR code is something that someone can scan, and I can make a QR code to any asset. And I would essentially make that QR code go to my GMB profile. Why would I want to do that? Well, if you're not ranking in an area and I start sending a bunch of traffic, i.e. scans to your GMB in that area via QR code, guess what? It signals Google, hey, you're getting popular in this area where you're not ranking, so they're going to start ranking you higher. Hey, Texoma. But yeah, I had someone else's comment. They said, "What's up with all these fake employees? They're not fake, buddy. Go to my page, you'll see them. They're dancing and everything else. I have a legit fucking business."
And
So,
Beans, if it were real, why does William reach out to everyone himself? Is it because the bots can't do it? Laughing out until I see real life, not AOA. Bean, I talk with them all the time. I'm on with his workers. They're doing my SEO. So I've seen, personally, at least 4 or 5 people that, I do my FaceTimes with and all that. Bean, it's real. Like,
actually, I know what you're talking about. I do not reach out to anyone. So, who's reaching out? And if it looks like a legitimate profile, which I can do and show you if you would love to see it.
Well, hold on. Look at my yard sign, bro. What do I got on that?
QR code.
Bada bing, huh?
Ding, 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 ding. That's what you should have on it, which most people don't. So if you ever show her this so she can see it, I think she's commenting on my stuff here, but let me show you.
Bean, you know me. I'm not gonna lie to you. I promise you, Bean. If you just follow his page, you'll see all the Zumba and all
it's in the comments. I know what she's talking about specifically. So here's my profile. What she's mentioning, if you put it back up, is why does William reach out to everyone? William doesn't reach out to everyone. William has, if you will, my team, which is the marketing, which all has profiles that look like, guess who? William. All right. I have 4 or 5 of them. They're all my Legion team that reach out to people. Okay. I don't care who you're talking about in specific. Every one of them are my Legion team. William Jones here. One's my son. One is someone else. So I do a bunch of lead generation. They are not bots. And you can see them right here, here, here. These are all, this is my son. This is Isaiah's. This is another one. And this is another one. So William does not reach out to everybody. If you ever want to see, okay, if William is legit, just go to, you can always call me. You can always message me. And then on top of it, if you actually care and you're actually legit concerned and not trolling, you just go on this page and you can see my actual team. And then if you even want to,
I want to say something first. See, this is the thing that you guys got to understand. When I'm talking with all these people and interviewing them and everything, I'm trying to figure out, are they the one that's knowledgeable and all? I'm telling you right now, everybody, all my followers out there, he's the real deal. How do I know that? Okay, because every time when I'm on FaceTime with him and we're talking and I have any problem, he puts up, just like he just did right there, he puts up my website or whatever, and he starts going to work right there. Any questions I have, he answers right there on the spot. He does the work right there. So there's no like him going off screen and 24 hours later it's corrected. No, it's right there on the spot. And we'll be on going through things for an hour, 2 hours, and he's just right there. This guy knows his stuff because he's clicking away, going so fast, and you're just like, holy shit. So I'm telling you right now, I'm vouching for it. I talk with him on a regular basis and all that. Why are you doing this out of the Philippines?
I know what he's talking about. Why am I doing it out of the Philippines? Because I live in the Philippines.
Because he ended up, if you watch his story and all, that's where he ended up. He met his wife over there. They fell in love. Next thing, they moved in with the parents.
I moved over here broke. So if you actually go look at my timeline, look at my story, you'll see I moved over here broke. I did not have money. And then right before COVID, we started doing VA work. And I literally used to work from 11 p.m. to 7 a.m. as a virtual assistant. And then we slowly built up our company. We went from 4 to 5 clients to 50 in 90 days. And she said, did you not say that about Fitch as well? No, I actually say that about several agencies, most agencies in the United States, not in the Philippines. Most, if you will, agencies in the United States outsource. meaning they do not actually have a full-fledged team in-house. They outsource, meaning they hire someone that does white label SEO. So they can they'll pay someone like us $200, $300 for the SEO, and then they'll charge everybody $1,500 plus. But then they turn around and tell everybody, hey, they're doing the SEO and this and that, blah blah blah.
And then what
And the
happens,
reality is
guys?
they're not.
What happens, guys? Because I've been on the other side. Is why I said what I just said about how he does it right then. If you know any better, when you go and talk with these other guys that are gurus that are helping you, and you ask them the question, they don't just turn on their computer and start showing it right there. What their answer is, oh, I'm going to talk with my team and I'll get back to you. Then you get a timeline of when they're going to get back to you, and you're wondering, I just asked this simple thing. Now, me knowing what I know in life, I got my set things that I consider myself a guru. If you ask me something in any of those topics, I don't have to hit up nobody. I could just go right on the spot and just go off and tell you everything. And within 2 minutes, you're going to know I know every part of that topic really good. That's what this guy has did for me. I've been the guy looking and I'm like, yo, because I had a bunch of these other people on and I'd ask these questions and I'd get these answers like, oh, I'm going to talk to my team. And I'm just
They're
like,
very vague.
yes.
And that's one of the reasons why you'll never see, there's only a couple of people, Chris Palmer, myself, and one other guy named Mike Merlino. We're the only ones I've ever seen. Let me do a walkthrough. Let me actually show you how to do this.
Oh, okay, William, this was to me. I'm sorry. So he was talking to me. The Fitch part was directed to Paul. Okay, so I'm going to explain because you all need to hear this part of it. I was drinking the Kool-Aid of everybody. When I first came in, remember when I first came in was back in November. What I've learned in every industry that I've been successful in is you go and you learn from the people doing it at the highest point and that are very successful already. That cuts my time. Usually I could do it in 6 months to a year, what would take normal people 5 years by doing that formula. So as soon as I came into the game, there was a junk expo going on. So you see a junk expo with a bunch of people that are supposed to be gurus. Everybody's listening to them. So I went to the junk expo. I saw everybody on stage. I listened. Now I'm taught that these guys are doing it at high level. They're very successful. I want to learn from them. So I brought each individual on my channel, not knowing, thinking that, I don't have to be worried about people, fake gurus and all that shit.
And you also didn't know nothing about white label SEO and what most of the
All right, but hold on. We don't even have to get in that. That comes more down the line when I start learning SEO. Because when I first come in, bro, SEO is like a foreign word to me, bro. I've never heard that. So I'm just going about what I've learned to find success. So I'm listening to all the experts that I'm taught to listen to. But now I'm starting to realize that every expert is selling something. Okay. So now I'm like, okay, all right. I guess you got it to be successful. You got to buy these, services, So I start, looking into all of these and I start asking around and everything. And, I start buying some of these services and listening to word for word. And now I start learning that I'm making mistakes listening to these gurus. And some of the mistakes were like things they were teaching. But now I look, and the reason why they're teaching these things is because their other buddies sell those services, or they make yard signs, or they do text message blast systems or whatever. So now I'm starting to realize, and now I'm in the loop. Now I'm in the circle and I'm hearing, and now I'm starting to see everybody's connected and everybody's getting envelopes. Once I start hearing about the envelopes, everybody's getting a payback, a kickback and all. That's when I was like, whoa, okay. Now I see there's, motivation and why people are saying things. Now I'm putting out everything they say to do, and I'm not getting the results they're telling me I'm supposed to be receiving. So I'm like, I've listened to every single thing you've told me to do. I'm doing it 100 times, even more than that extreme, and it's not working. So now I start second questioning everything, Now I'm finding success and I'm not paying much money anywhere. I'm getting it organically because I'm putting in the work. It just took 6-7 months for me to put in the work. Now I'm realizing you don't got to start spending that money. And now I'm hearing all these people spending thousands and thousands of dollars. And I'm just like,
I talked to one, he had spent over $100,000 with JRA in 5.5 years. So
Yeah. So I mean, you see what we're talking about. So yes, I was on the other side. I believed all these people. I didn't know we had to hold our pockets, our wallets worried. Then Matt Fitch went down. That kind of opened up everybody's eyes in the community. Now, because one of the people that was a guru was scamming everybody and took a lot of money. Now we all started questioning every single person, even guys that we probably shouldn't, that are probably legit. They've been in the game for a very long time and they might really be doing good service. So now we're all, trust but verify. And that's where I'm at. But I got to tell you, I'm kind of salty at some of the people in the past that I've had on my channel, realizing that, I kind of was drinking the Kool-Aid. Now, I had it a little better than you guys because I got into a little loop and I was in the YouTube circle and they weren't charging me money. So they're doing these services and all, and they're doing it for me just, so that I'm going to talk about it and all that. But they would do these things like I'd get a website made and all that. And then to find out it looks great to an average eye, but when you actually look into the coding and the H1s and the headlines, bro, it was just copy and paste. And it didn't even make sense. The structure was all wrong
It
on it.
was who was it? JRA that built yours, and that's why I said when I look at it, I said there's no structure. I have another one. I said literally they went services and just threw everything underneath there. You need to structure
It wasn't JRA. I don't want them to think it wasn't JRA that did mine. It was Spearcrest Digital. And I want to say,
okay.
Ronnie's a great guy, man. He was a really nice guy. I appreciate what he did for me and all that. It's just, thinking that I had something that was going to be good for SEO wise and, a basic website, you think you're getting everything you need, not just it visually looking good, but, that it's going to actually get phone calls and produce something, and to find that it was the most basic thing and copied and paste and probably
Well, I mean, none of them, nobody out there that I know of. We can come into a city like we just did another one out in Cali. We can come into a city, for example, and dominate it because, for example, like with you, we go live with your site and then we're putting 1 million words of content, which is blogs or supporting content and pages. And the average guy, okay, out there, the average JRA, the average Ronnie, the average any of them, right? Average anybody, I don't care what SEO you're going with, maybe 30, 40 pages, maybe, right? If you're lucky. No one's putting in as much content as we're doing. And that's why we can come into an area and dominate. Literally, out of all the clients we have one that's on the top 3, and that one we just signed up. Everybody else, top 3. Everybody.
Listen, I got to answer this. He says, but isn't that what you're doing now, Paul? What's different? So what's different is that I am showing everything we're doing. So I am letting you know from day one when William started. William made the guarantee with me within 3 months. If I'm not in the top 3, he's going to stop billing me. He stopped billing me. And I told you guys the story. In 2 months in, I stepped on my own dick. I got a hard suspension. Had nothing to do with William, nothing to do with anybody else but myself. I admit to that. Now, if William was a dick, he could have, well, not even a dick. If he was just a regular businessman, he would have said, hey, Paul, I can't, stop charging you because you kind of did that to yourself. William was a man of his word anyways, that I messed up and stopped billing me. Okay, so now he's been working with for free. He is showing me what he can do. I'm reporting back. I'm going to show you guys how it's changing my rank every week. We're going to be on this show. You guys are going to watch it. You guys are going to see the results. I'm going to report back. Oh, I got a bunch of phone calls. My phone's starting to ring. It's starting to come from Google and all. So we're going to be showing everything. I'm going to be transparent the whole way. And just me having William on after me telling you I've had all these other SEO guys on, and I just, I would have them on for an hour. I would go through the interviews and it was an hour of fluff. It sounded great. It was all a bunch of big words that I didn't understand at the time. But when there was any substance to be taken from it, nothing. I would never learn anything. What we're going to do different on this show right here is William is going to show us some of the tips and tricks, some of the things that they do at their agency. And we're just waiting for the first person to drop their link in there. I'm still waiting for a website because we'll bring it up right now and we'll show you exactly what we want to do here, guys.
Yeah, and we're not, for example, most guys, just for example, when you did do, if you will, an interview, and not knocking anybody, because this is way every SEO is. You said, for example, with Spear, you go, someone said, so what happens if in 6 months I'm not ranking? Do I get a refund? And he straight up said no. And that's what most SEOs will say, where with us, we go top 3 in 3 months, or refund, or we pause it and we rank you and we work on it and rank you until you're done. So that's totally different than every SEO. Most SEOs say, I'll guarantee.
Hold on. Every SEO that came on my channel said you can't expect any results for 6 to 12 months. That did not sit good in my head. So practically you're telling me I got to spend 10K to before I even know that you know what you're doing. That does not work in any business.
Chiropractors that you go to that say, you know, you have a back problem and it's going to take me 6 to 12 months. And what they're doing is they're milking you. They're straight up fucking milking you. That's what they're doing. Like we took Kale's. You can literally, you know, go look at his damn, and I sent it to him. I have it in Messenger. Kale signed up not even probably 2 weeks ago, and he's already in the 21 by 21 radius with us.
Shout out to Chris Kale, man. I was talking with your buddy Scott the other day and everything, and I heard that you know, he joined, and I was happy to hear that and all. So shout out to Chris Kale. He might be listening. He listens in a lot. And then we got a question from Al for you. He goes, "Hi, William. Are the websites you develop, are they cookie cutter websites that every junk removal person will have, or do you personalize them for each junk removal company?"
So nothing we do is cookie cutter. Nothing. So in the onboarding or intake form, and I know a lot of the junk guys do that, they use a template and they give it to you for a discount or whatever. Some of them do, some of them don't. What we do is we go on the intake form. Hey, Al, show me 3 websites you like. Tell me why you like them. Is it the functionality? Is it the color? What is it? We take those 3 websites, this part, this part, this part, and we make something specifically for you that you will like versus, you know, versus just taking a cookie cutter approach, which is what not just SEOs do in general. Most web design companies do the same thing.
So how do you pick up that it's a cookie cutter approach? Like, how can a guy like me see that and know that? Is it,
so like
do we have to look into headlines, the H1s and all that? Is that
most not, you know, most of the junk removal sites I've looked at made by the guys that, you know, a lot of them are going to be speaking, but a lot of the guys in the SEO community, if you will, on junk removal, if you look at their sites, they all look the same because they're all using a Duda template. And then on top of it, Duda, you know, you're going to have a hard time ranking it. And I can say this because out of all the clients we pull on, you know, the ones that were having the hardest time ranking were all in fucking Duda. And it took, instead of 3 months, it took longer. Same everything across the board. And someone can tell me, well, it doesn't matter because that's good SEO is good SEO. So I tell them, say, you know, well, if I'm doing the same shit on this site that's on WordPress, the same shit on this one that's on Duda, these all rank and this one doesn't, what should that tell you? I don't need some guru telling me what's supposed to be.
So guys in the chat, this is what I want from you guys. You guys could be part of this show and help us out right now. What would you guys like us to show you? How would you like us to prove that William is the man and he could do what he says? Would you like somebody to start us off and, you know, hire right now and make a one-time deal where, you know, you could show them from day one of them signing up and you could show how quick it ranks and we could show every week?
Just comment on it. Just literally comment, drop your you know, website. I'll do a quick audit for you. Yep. I understand. I wasn't going to say it. I have a way to pull every single website Lewis Spearcrest or JR made, and I have every single one of those websites in an Excel sheet, and I can tell you where they are or are not ranking. Maybe they got, let's say you got 600 people, and this is the bad part, less than 10%, on 100 of them, less than 10 are in the top 3, less. And then on top of it, like you're saying, most of the sites you look at, it's the same layout, same everything. Only thing they change are the images and the colors in the logo.
So guys, this is how I found out. I was under the impression that I had a beautiful website, you know, because visually, color-wise, branding, it looked great for that. For the ordinary eye, all you guys would look at it and say, oh, this is great. You have a top website and all. Well, I got a real wake up call. It was about 2 weeks ago, and it was somebody from Google hit me up, and they were doing audits on websites. It's them trying to get business. So me being cocky, and I'm like, you know what, fuck it. I want to go and yeah, let's do it. And kind of just to show off to this guy and all. So I'm talking like, yeah, I'm learning all this SEO, and he's listening to me, and I'm like, yeah, I just got in the top 3 in the area and all with. So he's just listening, and he's like, okay, let me take a look at the website you got and all. So I give him the website. So he starts clicking through, and he's just like, yeah. And he's making these noises that aren't really too good sounding. And I'm just like, what's up, bro? And he's like, yeah, this is not, I don't want to. I said, no, bro, be raw with me, brother. Like, just straight up. Like, I'm one of the straight up guys. Like, what? Yo, this shit sucks, bro. This is a template. This is, let me show you. So he starts now going and showing me all the mistakes. He's circling, he's putting it up on the screen. So now I call my girl in. I'm like, yo, take a video of this. We got to fucking show all this shit to William and all this. So he's doing all this shit. And I'm like, oh my God. And I'm just like, I am so embarrassed. I went from thinking I had the top website to like, what the fuck? I have like a template that this is garbage. This is not bringing anything. This is not helping me in any kind of way. So I'm like, bro, we got to get me over to WordPress, bro. Like, what am I doing here, man? Like, I don't want to do this and all. So William started the process and everything. Now we're going to, what are you actually doing? Like,
so we actually have the website live. Waiting on you to just go through it on edits, but I replied back to your comments on your site, but you're talking about what I'm trying to show you. Yep. So just share the screen and I'll show you.
Okay.
So this is where Paul was at. Nowhere.
And mind you guys, when I first started and everything, within the first 2 months, I believe he had me at number 4. So the third month that I was about to get, I was expecting like 100% I'm in the top 3. That's when I got the hard suspension. Then when he ran the next month, he comes back with that. And he's like, yo, bro, what's going on here? Because I didn't tell him I got hard suspension. And now I'm like, yo, bro, I think I fucked up, man. I got a hard suspension for 48 hours and all. And he's like, oh, yeah, that would definitely do that. So then we started the process. And then he started doing like all kinds of shit. He was doing all kinds of add-ins and all kinds of plugins. And
so I'm going to show. So Cisco is writing. Cisco, he's going to, and I'll go through this. Cisco actually signed up with us. But I want to show you this so you can see the differences. All right. Going to kind of go through this to show you the difference and say this is what, we're kind of.
Hold on. Do-Right says, I put my site in, but it's dog shit. Basically AI slop.
He would put it in, but it's dog shit. I'm like.
Okay. Put it in, bro. We don't care, man. Like, we just want to.
That's kind of the point. I want it to look like dog shit. I want to see what you actually got. So, but I'm going to show this site right here. See it gone.
Cisco, why is your hand raised right now? Why
so he actually came to us and he signed up with us. But he signed up with us and he has one of those typical sites where I said, so for example, it looks like this. Right?
Justin, hit me up. You could DM me on Facebook, bro, and I'll tell you. I don't want to say it out in public and all that, but yeah, it was all on me. It was a real dopey freaking move, man. I'm embarrassed.
This is his current site. See it gone. And you can, and how could I tell who built it? I just scroll down at the bottom. It's Lewis, it's Blue Crocs. And if I look at every one of these sites, they always look the same. Always. Different color, different pictures, almost always the same. Then
how does he rank with that?
Oh, I'll show you. And then you go in here and you go, everything's just vomited into one silo. This is what we call a silo. A silo is, it should be junk removal services, residential, commercial, dumpster rental, stuff like that. All right. But just look through his site. It looks, it's decent, whatever. It's a nice looking website, but it's not siloed correctly. No content's done correctly. So we took his site, we cloned it. It's going into WordPress, taking it off of Duda. Same look, same everything. Obviously, we got rid of that Blue Crocs crap because we don't the reason why they put them down there, most SEOs, is just to say is for their own purpose. It helps their own SEO. But how should you silo it? So you don't throw everything in one area. What you're going to do is you go about us, about the company, why choose us, the service areas you're serving, junk removal services, residential, commercial, demo cleanup, light demo, eco-friendly junk removal, other services they may offer, locations you serve, your blog, your contact us. Totally fucking different. Totally different. Yeah, now you want to see where he's ranking at? It's not good. I'll put it that way. But let me pull it up and I'll show you guys. Like I tell everybody, he's like, I'll go through a site and tell you if someone's doing a great job or they're doing a terrible job. So it
And
doesn't
Cisco,
matter to me.
let me know how you did that. Like, did you work with him for over a long period of time, or was it just make a website? Did you do the SEO with him? Let us know.
So we started, let me pull it because we had started with him. I'll find the dates when we started with him and stuff. But basically, you got to silo your content and all that correct. You need to
Triple G
silo things
says Rank
correct.
Fortress is currently making a new website for me and SEO. They respond and follow up with my concerns every day, 100%
Yep.
legit. And Triple G, what I would love for you is every week come on in here and let us know, man. Let us know if you're seeing uptick on the phone calls or is where the traffic's coming. Keep us posted, man. We all want to see this, bro.
Yeah, and that's, whenever what happens is on a weekly basis too, when you're in junk removal, I message every one of the junk removal clients. I treat that like my baby because I started a separate agency just for junk removal. And then what we do is I say, hey guys, guess what? You're already up in the top 3 in this area. Now we're expanding, etc., and we're going out further. So that's what we're doing. We already started the SEO, so I can't give a before on see it gone. Let me see if I can pull anything from old stuff.
Almost 2 years in my SEO.
If you have it, Cisco, the old report, send that to me, buddy, because I don't have it in front of me.
So,
But
Cisco, you paid for 2 years of SEO, and did you get ranked in the top 3? Were you ever there?
no.
See
So
that?
I'll show you.
See, to
I'll
me,
show
that's
you where he was at and where
ridiculous.
he was at in July.
But so
And we
how,
haven't
I
started.
don't get how this could like this is crazy. You know how much money that is, and then we're not even ranking.
So
What is getting done?
this is Cisco. This is where he was at.
So he was average a 7.8. So 2 years of paying somebody SEO monthly, which I'm going to assume is probably around 1,000, 1,500 range, and we didn't even get in the top 3. It's
And
just
like I said, I have an old spreadsheet with all the clients, and I can tell you 10% or less are in the top 3 out of hundreds that they have
hey
done.
Jamie, how are you?
So
Jamie,
like this one, you go, for
I,
example, yes, he's in 7.8, but he's missing out on 54% of all the rankings in the area and not ranking in those areas, which means you're literally bleeding money. You're literally losing money.
hey, I want to say something real quick to Jamie because Jamie's been touching on this topic. I
Yep.
seen a couple posts in the groups. Jamie's been putting out there. She wants to find out anybody that's been scammed from anybody in the junk removal, any of the gurus, or did they feel like they got taken for a lot of money and all. And she's been putting a lot of posts out there. I understand what you're trying to do, Jamie, and I like that. You know, I mean, that needs to get out. You know, people need to know because we're seeing it right now. My man Cisco here that's my homie, and to find out that he's been paying for 2 years and he's ranking
So just for
7.8.
example, and I remove the agency's name up here so you don't see it, but I could say it. But the thing is, this is all the clients. And how many are in green? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18 out of 140 something. So that's what I'm talking about. And I see that on every single one of them. Every single one of the guys you could possibly name, every one of them.
And
And
I can't believe that it's like this has never came to light, and like this has been just going on for this long in the industry.
follow the envelopes and the money. That's all I got to say.
I can't understand this. It took me to realize that this is going on and tell you guys. Like, I just don't understand why we're not asking questions. You know what it is? I say it to all the junk removal guys. They know we make so much money. That's why their vultures are circling. You know, junk removal makes a lot of money, and they know that guys have that a
I'm
lot
gonna
of extra
snippet
income.
mine just so you can, so just so people can see it, because I'm not going to show my clients' names, because otherwise I know what happens. But I will show you the ranking. So you saw that sheet. Now look at this sheet. This is my clients. This guy, we got him in the top 3. What happens when we get him in the top 3? They don't have to stay around, so he's going to be no longer a client. But I have all of them. This guy in West Seneca is on Duda. What do you know? This guy right here is a brand new client in Denver. And once I probably run it by the end of this week, he'll probably already be hitting top 3. But every one of them, top fucking 3. So there's a big difference. When I look at everybody and I go, it's different if you're charging this guy that I know paid over 100K in 5 years for the services, and you actually got top 3 results. That's different. You're paying $1,500 to these guys. They outsource it to someone that they're paying a couple of $100 or whatever to, and then they turn around and you're not even the top 3. So either A,
what I'm
know what
learning.
you're doing.
Well, what I'm learning, bro, is I think is they're mastering like with these maps and everything, and you know they could find certain keywords that aren't like no volume behind it, like nobody's actually searching them, and they could put you in there and have you rank number 1, and now that's what they're showing these people. So you know maybe Cisco didn't know where his actual average was that he was
No, and
like,
that's what you had asked me too. You had said something about why do they talk a certain way? And I told you, I said, well, the reason, think about it this way, is they go and they use these big terminology and everything because most people in the junk removal space, for example, are, if you will, blue collar, hard working men and women, right? They're not your college graduate most of the time, white collar type folks. Just, I mean, that's just, it is
hold
what
on,
it is.
I need you to be quiet for a second. Listen, bro. I was deciding if I should say this or not because I tell other people this. I'm just gonna go and say this straight up. This is my personality. I'm a very straight up dude. So don't get mad at me on this, bro. So you know what I mean? I don't want you to take any offense to this. This is like I'm trying to be, you know, just straight up so that people understand me. Okay. So guys, this is what's going on. A lot of these gurus, they're like car salesmen. They're very good with their words. They could sell you the Brooklyn Bridge. They're very smooth. They're fluent. They say a bunch of fluff and they could say a lot of it. And you leave there and you're like, damn, there was a bunch of words I didn't understand. They must be a lot smarter than me. Here, take my money. That's what's going on. Then you have somebody else here. William. William has a certain way of things. I'm going to be straight up with this. William's the computer guy that stays behind the computer because his personality sometimes clashes with the normal people. So he's always been a computer guy. He's not that smooth talking guy that could sell the Brooklyn Bridge to you. He is actual the computer guy that actually knows the computer. But when it comes to social interactions, it's not always the best thing that William will say to you. Okay, now William, don't get mad at me, but I'm
No, I'm
being
not mad
very
at you.
honest here.
I would tell you, because me and him have talked about this. So for me, I've been through so much BS. I would tell you, there are people I can be I'll tell you this way. I can be diplomatic with people that absolutely hate my guts. But the way William is, if I hate you, I'm going to tell you I hate you. If I like you, I'm going to tell you I like you. I'm straight to the point. I ain't got time for BS. I ain't got time to make you feel good. I ain't got time for your feelings. the same act in the same token, I also have had other people tell me I'm amazing at sales. I've sold people over 100K on a fucking phone. I've did over 5K on a live.
But
I mean, but
what
my
I'm
thing is
saying,
I'm
bro,
wanting to actually help people,
but what
you
I'm
know, and
saying,
I
bro, is
rush people the wrong way. I know that. And
because
I accept it.
the gurus
Yeah,
never
they
clash
smooth
with you. They
talking it.
will
They
always
smooth
agree with
talking
you
sales.
and be best friends with you, and they're
Oh
always
yeah.
so nice and all. But William
Until
is
they
not
get
going to be
you
that
fucked.
guy, because I've tried
Dude,
talking to William and being like, "Yo, bro, maybe
nope,
calm down a little.
not
You're very
interested.
aggressive," and William's like, "Hell no!" And I'm like, "Okay, can't talk. Got it, brother. I know how you are. You should stay behind the computer though. But okay, keep talking to people and all that."
Where is
But I'm telling you guys, listen to what I'm saying. He's not the car salesman. That's
no,
the difference.
care
He's the
less.
actual guy that knows the stuff here. He knows it. He might
And
not
I've
be the
had people
person
in
that
the
wants to sell
same
you it the
token,
right
it'd be
way.
like I've had people go, you know, they want me to sell them. And my mentor is the same way. I'm not here to prove to anyone that I am who I say I am. I could literally go, look at these rankings and look at these. You make the choice. If you see the value in it, great. If you
Stick with
don't,
him. If you don't, then
great.
don't leave,
I literally had someone the other day. He said, well, I guess I should just stay doing it. Go for it. I don't want everybody. This is the same thing I told you. I literally told you. I was like, you know, bro, to be honest, I don't want everybody to like me. I'm not everybody's cup of tea. I'm not everybody's type of whiskey. I accept that. If I wanted everybody to like me, I go sell fucking ice cream. I'm not selling ice cream. Okay. I'm trying to get fucking results. Like this one right here. This is another one. This is let me pull it up. I mean, but I accept it. I mean, I just tell people, say, listen, if you want someone that's going to coddle you, you come into the wrong person because I am not coddling your ass. This
Okay,
is
so
Mr. Yee Yee. So Mr. Yee Yee was in the top 10 for junk removal, right? And now he's in the top 3.
wow.
Okay. Real simple. But, you know, things like that. But yeah, I mean, then, you know, I've had other people say, you know, it's like, for instance, I told you this is like, I'm going to actually do a video. So this is the only reason I'm bringing it up. I'm doing a video called Who's William Jones? Because yes, I do have it posted on my timeline or kind of like our story and stuff. But what I'm going to do doing is like, how did I come to the Philippines? Who I am, mistakes I've made. Because a lot of people, a lot of
Hold
the
on, hold on, hold
gurus,
on. We got to stop here. Bean, I keep explaining the same thing over and over. I'm showing my from the beginning. I'm not saying anything yet. I'm showing the results he's going to show me weekly. You know what I mean? I'm going to be transparent. We just got myself in the top 3 in the last 2 weeks. I told you the whole story and I said what we're doing. I'm not getting behind anything until I see the results for myself, and you guys are going to see it every week. That's why we're doing this show. Right now, my website is in edit right now. I had a couple edits that he's going to go and put up. Once that is, we're going to be up and live. Next week, we're going to bring up mine. You guys are going to see it. I'm going to be reporting back what I keep saying every week if I've been getting phone calls from that. I've been explaining lately nonstop. All my calls are coming from Facebook and Nextdoor. My phone is blowing up from that. Nothing from Google. Nothing. I've said that repeatedly. I have not got anything from Google yet. Nothing has changed with that. So I'm going to report back as we're going each week when that starts happening. And soon as I get the Google calls, it says it right on my phone. So I know right away. And I ask every job I go to, where did you hear about us? You know what I mean? And that's what I'm reporting back. So right now I'm at very day one. We're not even live with my website that's on WordPress yet. Once that's live, every week we're going to pull that up and we're going to see the numbers. We're going to pull my GMB. We're going to do it all. I want to show everything. I don't want no hidden anything. Like, I'm not that guy. Why would I be doing that? Why would I be calling out everybody else, becoming the enemy and all, when, I was friends with everybody? Because I'm mad. I don't want people getting deceived because I was drinking the Kool-Aid thinking I was doing the right thing. And I'm salty that I was drinking it so long. Now I'm learning. And now I'm going to trust and verify everything. So, Bean, I'm right with you. I want to see it all happen. I want to see my phone ringing and all that, and I will report back. Sarah says, I did my onboarding a week ago. How long before I notice any change in
So
my website or Google
the
profile?
website with Mrs. Load Runners, your website will actually, your new website, because remember we're converting it. Load Runners, we're converting. Let me see what it was on. It was on Duda. So I'm going to assume it was with you know who. But yeah, it was with Duda. And this was honestly, this site, if you see it, you understand why we did what we did. But um, it's actually going to be done this week. And then once this is done, then we go from here to actually showing the website. So this is what we're starting with Load Runners. My thing is like, and what Paul's saying. So for example, he was nowhere to be found on Google, and now he's in the top 3, right? And we start in a 9 by 9, and then we go to 11 by 11, 13 by 13, 15 by 15, 21 by 20, and we keep expanding. But the thing is, if you're nowhere to be found, you can't even rank in your back door. You're not going to start out 21 by 21, but you should at least be able to show that. And we've done it long enough. So, for example, why can I say in 3 months or less? This is because I do thousands of audits a month.
And the other one thing that I got to say that also report back is when I first started out, the first month I was between 8 and 12, I believe, is where my rankings were.
Yep.
You know what I mean? So that's where most people start. When they gave me that suspension, I went to 25 plus. So within 2 months of being tanked, he got me back into the top 3, which I think that is pretty impressive. Now, have I ever did anything like that before? No. But you know what I mean? That's the results that I got from 26, the top 3 in certain keywords. My average in my area for all the keywords is 9 overall ranking. So certain keywords, junk removal, petaluma, I'm in top 3, but the average altogether is 9 altogether.
Yeah, the main keywords I go after is going to be junk removal near me, junk removal plus your city.
Those are all the high volume
Those are
searches.
the high value, high transactional intent. So,
Russ Berry, if you're listening, you hear what he's saying right there. And I said that to you today. It's all about the volume of the keywords. It's great that you're ranked. If there's no volume, what does it matter? Your phone's not going to ring. Nobody's searching that. So you got to keep that in mind, guys. And what do we say? Got great results from the Rank Fortress team. So here we go. Here's another one. And I also want to say this, and anybody that hits me up, because I'm getting everybody hitting me up, and that's where I can know that there's so much money in this junk removal, and everybody's itchy. Everybody wants to throw their money somewhere, because I'm getting 3 to 5 messages a day asking me about William, asking about should I join, and what do I say on every single one? Guys, tune into the show that we're starting on Tuesdays. You're going to watch from me from day one with my website, with all the SEO he's doing. You're going to watch as I grow. So there's nothing that you're not going to see. So hold the money in your pocket. It's not burning a hole. Give it a couple weeks. You'll see the results for yourself before you got to pull the trigger. But some of you guys can't wait and you're just pulling the trigger and all. But I got to say, a couple of the guys that have pulled the trigger have all told me amazing things. Mr. Yee, also in the first month, I remember when he was on the show, he was saying he was in the top 3, showed his results. I only will speak for myself. I hear other things, but I'm not going to report back that. I want to see for myself, my own eyes, because then there's no bullshit behind it. I know exactly what
that's one of the reasons why I like doing the walkthroughs too. Like, hey, if you want to drop your website, you want to be the guinea pig, drop it, Mrs. Sharp.
Hold on, we got to read this right here. Here we go, guys. You want to hear what really happens. Mr. Yee, I get calls every day from Google because of my ranking than others who have been in busy longer and have more reviews. But because of my SEO work, the phone goes off. Ask my competition, SEO works. There you go, guys. You all know Mr. Yee. He don't BS. There ain't no fluff. That is unfiltered right there. That's man speaking, putting his stamp on another man right there. So That's strong words right there. All caps right there for sure. Yeah, Jamie says Mr. Ye's putting in the work. Yes, he definitely is. Cisco,
That's one of the things that, because I had someone
got it.
ask me, should you do shorts? Should you do shorts? Should you do reels? Should you do podcasts like Mr. Yee and Paul? Yes, you should, because you want to build a brand. I want to build a brand. I want to be seen every fucking where. Facebook, Google, YouTube, Instagram.
Planting seeds. When you're doing SEO, you're planting a seed there. When you're going around on your Facebook, you're planting a seed. Next door, seed. Thumbtack, seed. It's not going to pop off in one day from one ad. It's not one of them. It's all of them. It's the nonstop. You just brainwashing these people without them realizing what you're doing. Every single time a person picks up their phone in my local town and goes on a social media platform, they like it or not, you're going to see me. And it's going to be repeated because you're going to see so many posts. It's obsessive. It's nonstop. But what happens is they keep seeing you and keep seeing you. When junk removal comes up, bro, you're brainwashed them already. They already feel like they know you. They feel like you're part of the family. You know what I mean? They see you so much.
It's like the average business owner, why have they gotten away with it so long? Is like the average business owner, you don't know what SEO is. You don't know what works, what doesn't work. No one's ever shown you. So that's why. And then you get screwed over. It is what it is. There's people that will take advantage of that. And that's just the bottom line.
And the other thing that I am is I'm very logical when I look at people and I size them up and I evaluate what they're saying. It doesn't take a genius, guys, you know what I mean, to see what's going on. When you do something repeatedly, when you have a workforce of 80 people and you're running an agency, that's all you do is SEO. What you're doing is you're doing your own experiment. Think about it, guys. If you're doing 500 different accounts, you're experimenting on each one of them. You start realizing trends. You start realizing what works. Oh, wow, I got this guy faster. What did I do here? Let me go and repeat that on the next client that comes in. Do. Oh, that even got faster. I added a special little juice over here. That's what's going on, guys. When you see this guy doing what he's doing, you know what I mean? You could hear the knowledge and all, but you see what's going on and just put it to work. Like what, you know what I mean?
And
when
the difference between someone that ranks something, let's say, and they say, hey, I did such and such, and they're in the top 3, and I did it on 4 or 5 GMBs. That's different than someone that goes, I did it across several hundred. Okay. When I say it's much more data, much more input, so you know what works and what doesn't work. So
do right. He says, I just had a meeting tonight with a guy that's going to shoot content for me so I could start building their actual presence. Okay, do it. I keep saying it to you, bro. If that's what you need to start off, okay. But in reality, brother, it's not reality that you're going to have somebody shooting your shit all the time. It's never going to happen on a regular basis. Brother, you just do it every day. Whatever you're doing comes a video. The more comfortable you get behind it and you realize there's no big plan behind it, just go behind it and whatever comes out. You know what you're trying to sell. And the more you do it, you get better at something. You go and make this into a big process, bro. It's going to just be too much work, too much stress. You don't need that, man. Simple. Just make a quick video.
You can literally get an Osmo Digi for $800. You set the bitch up on your back of your truck, let it record. Record. It's in 4 fucking K, and it records the whole time when you're cleaning. Or hit record. Walk through the house before you clean it. Walk through the house after you're done cleaning it. Send that shit over to your VA, let them throw some captions on it or whatever, or throw it in a CapCut, throw some captions on it, and you're done in 5 minutes. I used to do it all the time myself until I got my creative team. When I didn't have a creative team, I used to do it myself on my freaking cell phone with captions, and now I have creative teams. So obviously, they do a lot of it. Other things I do, I use Restream, for example. End of Restream, it chops up your long form content into short form and then posts it.
I got to take back some of the words I just said, bro. You were just too smooth with that, bro. You were telling me a Brooklyn Bridge, how you just threw that VA thing in there real quick right there. All right, man. He might be able to sell a Brooklyn Bridge one day. All right, William. That was good, bro. All right. So what did Jamie say? Exactly. You have to put in that work, even if he's doing
Yeah.
your marketing, folks. You have to put in it. Yeah. Oh, that's just one part of it. You know what I mean? You got to be out,
Yeah.
like I said, connecting with the community. That's your job. That's the key. You go out, connect with the community.
Yeah.
Let William or whoever you're going to do your SEO, let them be planting the seeds over there. So now it's all going to come together. Cisco
And I'm
says,
the first
bang,
one to
bang,
tell you
bang,
too.
forget about it. Yeah, I love it, Cisco.
People will say, for example, you don't need to do Google Ads when you're doing SEO. No, that's not the case. You do organic marketing, SEO, Facebook groups, etc., to get money. So when you have money, then you can scale your business with Google Ads, Facebook ads, etc. You don't ever just if you're relying upon SEO and that's it, you're fucked. Because you need
The
to
other
have
thing,
at least 4 or 5 different streams of referrals and SEO,
I want to throw this.
networking.
I want to throw this in there too, man. So certain people, I think could do before you start jumping into paying for like Google ads and all that, maximize what you could build organically. Now, I don't expect everybody to do like how I am. I got strengths where I could just link up with Facebook, Instagram, and next door that I'm bringing enough business for one truck that it'll keep that truck busy. I'm pretty solid with. I really believe that. I think if I keep doing that now, to scale to the next truck, the next size, that's when I personally believe I would need to go and start going to Google Ads. Now, do I think that's everybody's formula? No, because a lot of guys, they don't feel comfortable with social media, so they're not going to get those free leads. They're not going to do what I'm doing with that. So those guys might have to figure a different way to do it. Maybe that's Google Ads or whatever. I know personally, I could keep one truck filled up doing the way I'm doing, and I don't have to be spending really any money on that. Now, going to the next truck and going to scale, yes, you definitely got to go Google Ads and all that. I definitely do believe that. Okay, what do we?
It's the same thing even with us. I've never done any ads, but I do plan on doing ads. So you do, for example, with me, go if I spend $5,000, I know I can sign up 20 clients. Is it worth it? Yes, it's worth it. I mean, before SEO, I actually used to run over $100,000 a month in ads, but we made over $1 million a month. Okay. So, but the thing is, Google Ads, it's a matter of, are you trying to scale it? Are you trying to grow your business? Are you satisfied with being in, if you will, a 30-minute drive? If you're trying to, then, you're fine. But otherwise, you're not going to grow.
That's it. Jamie says, like you and Yee each day, I see you both out there. Hell yeah. Jamie says, I am organic and I am fine for now. As I grow, I get jobs in my community and have contact, but I am one person starting all over from scratch. Way to go, Jamie. Jamie, let me ask you, did you get into Chamber of Commerce yet? Might be something, if you haven't got in it might be a really good thing for you, because your personality, the energy you put out there, they would absolutely love you. And once you get into Chamber of Commerce, it's the backlink that you get with it. It's the network, people trusting people that deal with the Chamber of Commerce and all. And I mean, it's your personality. I think that's something that you would really, really benefit from. And then also check out the BNI. That's a little more expensive. I would definitely start off with the Chamber of Commerce for sure, though, Jamie. That would be up your game, I believe. And she said yes. Okay, so I think she's already part of that. Very cool. They highlight my post. Yes, very cool, very cool, very smart, Jamie. That's the way to do it.
So another here's a hack. I'll probably go over one of the calls, but if you're living in, let's say in your case, let's say Petaluma, you're living in Petaluma. Have you ever thought about starting? You could do this. Start a Facebook page of things to do in Petaluma, and so, or a group in things to do in Petaluma.
Well, what I was going to do with that was buy the biggest group in the area that's already doing that, rather than build one that would take me a year or two. I could just buy the one in the area.
I'm just saying, let's say if you didn't have the money, right? If you didn't have the money, you're going to build it. You don't have the money, like this guy's just starting out, you don't have the money, you're going to have to build it. Like with me, I didn't have the money, so I have to build it. So if I have to build it, you go and start it out. If you do like one of my mentors taught me, same thing as you, once you have the money, you just you hit up the admins and you start buying groups. And then let's say every one of those people, let's say it's 14, 15,000 people live in that area, and I slap my banner up there about Fuhgeddaboutit junk removal or whatever I'm promoting, and then I do weekly posts about junk removal, guess what's going to happen? You're driving referral traffic.
That's
That's
it.
all social media links are backlinks going to your websites, referral traffic.
I love
Yep,
that.
and
That
it
is
works. Facebook Market, it works. You
I
know,
like
so
that. I like that one. Give us another like when somebody's starting off, because I've been getting I've seen a lot in the groups. There's a lot of real newbies getting into the game and all. What's just something like basic they should start off and concentrate on?
so for me, if I was to tell you what to concentrate on, like this guy, you're starting out, brother, and um, you're hiring someone to come in and do your videos and stuff. If you have an iPhone, that's all you need. Literally, all you need. I used to take my phone, record on it, and then there's this little app that still have it on here called Captions right here. And all I do is upload my video on it, and it automatically puts the captions on it. And then I simply go download and I post it on my social media. I used to do that all the time. Look at some of my old shorts; they're ugly as shit. Ugly. It wasn't edited or nothing like that. I didn't have the team to do it. I didn't have, I had the team doing SEO, but I didn't have a team for creative. So that is the one aspect I still did up until like the beginning of this year. Okay, we didn't do podcasts, we didn't do all that stuff. I did my own lives and stuff, but I didn't do short form. So if I was to tell you to do anything, is take all the platforms, Facebook groups, YouTube, all of it, and post on it once a day, every day, minimum. If I was to tell you to at least 2 to 3 times a day, once in the morning, once in the evening, post something. Because if you are not known for what you do, if I go to Paul's page and I don't know what the fuck he's doing because he's posting he's going out bodybuilding or he's going out, if you will, eating at this restaurant or whatever, like the average person does, and shows off their family, I would never know he does junk removal. I would never know he does arm wrestling if he doesn't post about that shit. You know, I would never know that stuff. And if I look at most of your pages, I wouldn't know what you do because you don't talk about it. And unless you open up your mouth and tell people what you're doing, you're never going to make money from it.
This is what I've been telling everybody as far as with the social media. Minimum like 3 posts a day. Let me give an example of 3 different posts that I would do. I'd start off in the morning and I'd go to a breakfast spot in my town, and I would go there and I would tag that business and I'd make a nice post about them. And then I would throw in my services somehow in there, naturally, not forcing it or whatever, with my info and post that up there. What you're doing is you're showing you're supporting other small businesses in the town. That small business recognizes that and they might reciprocate it as well down the line and maybe share yours. So you're both winning with that. You're also showing a place that's in town that's going to hit a memory to somebody because it's everybody's local. And now they see that and, they connect with that. Now they're like, oh, wow, okay. And now they're looking like, oh, wow, look, forget about it, junk removal and all. Now that's, put in their head and all that. Now, the second post a day, I might go do at a job site, just post about, where I am, keywords in there, throw in the zip code of the town and everything and show what I'm doing and everything. And not like what everybody else is doing, make it fun. Stick out, like do something funny, make a funny video and all that, show having a good time. Then a third one might be another, going to another business, going to eat dinner, going to the local gym, anywhere local. You're tagging everywhere you go and all. It's showing you're part of the community. It's reminding them in each post what you do. It's also showing a little glimpse of your life. Then I might show during the weekend, oh, going down by the river, or today we went and got our fresh eggs at the farm, at the local farm, made a post about that, put videos out. All that stuff means stuff. You know what I mean? That's the stuff that matters on social media. You're giving an eye into your world. So when people hire you, they already feel like they know you. The trust is there. It's established. So you're also going to notice a lot of times when you're going there, people are not going to be just worried about haggling you down anymore. They're already like made up in their mind that they're going to hire you. When you say their price, it's not even a thing anymore. They're just like happy that they're connected with you and they feel like they know you and all. Their trust is there. That is when you really start building your brand. That's when people remember you. And that's all free stuff you can do. You don't have to pay anybody for this stuff. This is all stuff that's going to bring you leads down the line. So you're planting seeds everywhere. So I want to finish it off like that. I think this was a great first episode. William, I just love all the insight and everything. I love what we're doing with this. We're going to be transparent the whole way. Hopefully we get my website up and running for next
Yep,
week.
just
So
go through these couple of edits I sent you, and
okay,
stuff, and then we'll
perfect.
go from there.
Perfect. So, guys, I hope you guys enjoyed this. I really appreciate all the questions and you guys, going back with us and talking with us. I also love the skeptical stuff. I love how Bean, you're not falling for anything. You're gonna call out everything, and you guys have a right to do that. And that's the way we all got to think. We
Yep.
all got to help each other out here. So, guys, tune in next Tuesday. We'll be back. This is gonna be every week. We're gonna be doing this. So 7 p.m. West Coast, 10 p.m. East Coast. Make sure you tune in. And guys, if you haven't already, please smash that thumbs up button and get over to Rank Fortress. Go hit over his Facebook page, get over at the YouTube, go check them out. I mean, he's
And just hit
everywhere.
me up. If you hit me up, I'll give you a free audit regardless. And if you're going to the Junk Expo, you hit me up, I give you 1 month of free SEO. So you ain't got nothing to lose. It's free. I mean, what can I say?
There you go. Have a great night, everybody. Talk to you
Take
next week.
care. Thanks, Paul.
Later, brother.